pencils. I spent over $200 on lumber, soil, and plants for my first raised bed. 3 weeks later, everything was dead. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what went wrong and 7 mistakes to pay on so you don't have to learn them the hard way.
You know, raised beds are an absolutely fantastic way to grow your own food. But, and this is a big but, there are a few mistakes that almost every beginner makes that can totally sabotage your garden before you even get started. I've made them all, and trust me, you're in the right place to learn how to avoid them. All right, let's just dive right in. We're gonna go through 7 of the most common mistakes, step by step. And here's the best part. For every single problem, I'm gonna give you the exact fix. Think of this as your personal action plan for an amazing raised bed garden. Let's do this. Okay, first up, we're talking about foundation and fill. These are the 2 biggest, most critical mistakes, and they happen before you even think about planting a single seed. Seriously, getting these right from the jump is, well, it's everything. Oh man, I have been here. My very first bed, I put it right up against my back fence. It looked perfect. But what I didn't realize is that it only got maybe 4 hours of sun on a really good day. And my tomatoes, they just sulked all summer long. The peppers barely grew an inch. It was just a total waste of a season. So here's the golden rule, the thing you have to remember. Most of the veggies you want to grow, we're talking tomatoes, peppers, squash, you name it, they need a bare minimum of 6 to 8 hours of direct, full-on sun every single day. Anything less than that, and they're just not going to give you the harvest you're dreaming of. And the fix is so simple. Before you build anything, just do this little test. Go out in your yard around 10 in the morning, then again at noon, and one last time around 3 in the afternoon. Just watch. See where the sun is hitting. Find that spot that gets absolutely baked all day long. Yep, that's where you build. So after I built my bed, I ran off to the big box store and just grabbed the cheapest bags of soil I could find. I mean, it said garden soil right on the bag. That sounds right, doesn't it? Well, it was so wrong. In less than 2 weeks, that stuff compacted down into something that felt like concrete. Water would just pool on top instead of soaking in. It was awful. And here's the thing you have to understand. A raised bed, it's like a big container. It's an artificial environment. Out in your regular garden, worms and microbes and all that good stuff keep the soil loose. But in a box, regular garden soil just packs down hard and suffocates the plant roots. You need a special mix that's designed to stay light and fluffy. So here it is, the perfect recipe. It's about 60% good quality topsoil, 30% compost for all those amazing nutrients, and then about 10% of something for drainage, like perlite or coarse sand. Now, you can buy pre-made bags of raised bed mix, sure, but you can also mix this up yourself for about half the price. All right, so our foundation is sorted. Let's move on to the actual structure of the bed. The next couple of mistakes are all about the physical setup, how deep your bed is, and how you space your plants. If you get these wrong, even the best soil in the sunniest spot isn't gonna save you. Okay, my second raised bed, I built it maybe 6-8 inches deep. I was trying to save a little money on wood and soil, you know? It looked fine. I planted my tomatoes, they started growing, but after just a few weeks, their roots hit the hard, compacted ground underneath and just stopped. The plants just stalled out. So listen, 12 inches, that is the absolute sweet spot for raised beds. It's perfect for tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, pretty much most of the popular veggies you're gonna grow. Now, if you're just doing salad greens or some herbs, yeah, you can get away with 6 or 8 inches, but for those big, heavy-producing plants, you've gotta go 12 inches. Okay, I see this one everywhere, and we've all done it. You get these cute, tiny little seedlings from the nursery, and your bed looks so big and empty. So you think, I'll just cram a few more in. Fast forward to July, and it's a jungle. You can't even see the soil. All those plants are fighting for sunlight and air, and that's just a perfect recipe for disease and a really disappointing harvest. And this really puts it into perspective. Just look at this. A single zucchini plant can take up almost an entire 4x4 foot bed. A single tomato plant needs about 4 square feet all to itself. The fix is simple, but you have to be disciplined, read the plant tag, and follow the spacing rules. A square foot grid can really help you visualize how few plants actually fit. You have to trust the tag.
I was afraid of frost and planted the seeds deep, but it was a mistake.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about ongoing care. You can build the most perfect bed in the perfect spot with the best soil and still run into problems if you get the daily maintenance wrong. So here's something that catches every single beginner by surprise. Raised beds dry out way faster than in-ground gardens. All that amazing drainage we worked so hard to create, well, it also means they get thirsty. My first summer, I was watering on a strict schedule, and my tomatoes got that ugly blossom end rot because the moisture was so inconsistent. The soil was bone dry between waterings. So, just forget about watering on a schedule. This right here is the only rule you'll ever need. Before you water, just stick your finger about 2 inches down into the soil. If it feels dry down there, it's time to water. If it still feels moist, just wait and check again tomorrow. Oh, and pro tip, always water at the base of the plant, in the morning. Wet leaves overnight are basically an open invitation for fungus. Now this is a slow burn mistake. You're not gonna notice it in your first year, but come year 3, you'll be scratching your head, wondering why your tomatoes, which used to do so great in that one corner, are suddenly riddled with disease and barely producing anything. What happens is the soil gets depleted of specific nutrients, and pests for that plant build up over time. And a fix is something called crop rotation. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Just think of your bed as having 4 zones, and each year you just rotate which plant family goes in which zone. It's that simple. Just snap a photo on your phone each spring so you remember the layout. This one little habit will protect your soil health for years and years. And that brings us to the grand finale, mistake number 7. And honestly, this is the one that causes so many of the others. You could call it the master mistake. Come on, we've all done this. It's May, you walk into the garden center with no list, no plan, and you just start grabbing whatever plants look good. You get home, you stick them all in the ground, and by June, you've created a beautiful disaster. Tall plants are shading out the short ones, vining plants are strangling everything. It's just chaos. The fix for this takes, I'm not kidding, 20 minutes, and it will save your entire season. Sometime in the winter, before you even think about buying plants, just sketch out your bed on a piece of paper. Figure out where the tall plants will go, always on the north side, by the way. Look up some good companion plants, make a list, and then when you go to the store, you stick to the list. Okay, I know that was a lot of information, so to pull it all together, let's look at the ultimate cheat sheet. This is your one-page action plan for a super successful season. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this right now. Seriously. The best news is that every single one of these mistakes is totally fixable. And hey, if you've already made a few of them, welcome to the club. I've personally made every last one. The important thing is that now you know how to fix them, and your next season is going to be so much better because of it. So be honest, which one of these 7 have you made? Drop the number down in the comments. I promise there is zero judgment here. I've done them all. If this explainer helped you out, do me a favor and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe, because next up, we're doing a full step-by-step guide on how to build and fill your bed correctly, right from scratch. I'll see you then.
If you haven't seen perennials, be sure to check it out.